Hi, I'm here to do a presentation on the implementation of smart technologies and smart boards versus flat screen TVs and Google applications. Right now, this is the first year, the pilot year that my school district is trying flat screen televisions and just using Google applications in classrooms and going away from smart technologies and smart boards. And the reason for this implementation is because the software is getting more and more expensive every year. And we're also finding out that with the fourth and fifth grade elementary grade levels and the middle school and the high school now being one-to-one iPads, uh, we are noticing that teachers are not using all of the applications from the smart technologies. And especially in the fourth and fifth grade level, we're noticing that teachers are using it more to reflect onto their smart boards, and the kids are not really using the smart pens and going up there. Another con of the smart software is that the only way you can use it is if you have it on your laptop or if you have it on your desktop, and it just kind of makes it difficult for us to create any of that, especially if you have a desktop. Um, but also, it's not compatible with mobile devices. Again, our our buildings are one-to-one iPads in the upper grade levels, middle school and high school. So if I'm trying to do my everyday math lesson, I have to do it from my MacBook because I can't do it from my laptop because I just don't have the software downloaded onto it because it's not applicable. You can't use it on any mobile device. So we're trying to go towards Google applications because they're universal. Anyone can use it. It doesn't matter if it's your personal computer, if it's a MacBook, if it's a mobile device. I mean, everyone can use it. So that's the reason why why we're trying to do this implementation. And also for the cost. I think down the road, the cost effectiveness, I think it'll be cheaper just to get the flat screen TVs and just having Apple TVs. And like I said, being one-to-one, I think that will be less than having the projectors and replacing the projector bulbs. The research of the data that supports the initiative. So I contacted Kim Brisky, the director of technology services at my school district in Northfield, and we just had a great conversation on the phone about how this all started. And she said that it started about 2 years ago when we went to the TIES conference in Minneapolis, and we heard some presenters from the Bloomington School District that some of their buildings have gone to the flat screen TV, Google, and Apple TV route. And they did a great presentation on the cost effectiveness. And then also the same thing that we're noticing through our surveys, our annual technology surveys that we hand out over the school year, is that a lot of the upper grade teachers are not using the smart pens, and we're just using it to reflect what we have on our iPad or MacBooks. Um, so she just kind of walked me through it. She just also suggested that there's some other school districts that are trying this, and she had mentioned that Pine Island was one of them. So I contacted Ryan Earl, their director of technology services, and he wasn't there. He's on his honeymoon, but I was able to get Patrick Smith, who's their technology integration, and he was able to answer a lot of the questions that I had. Basically, kind of, why did they go through this transition? And he said basically the same thing. Why we're going is because they notice that a lot of the teachers are not utilizing the smart technology software and the tools as much as we have in the past due to iPads, or they use Chromebooks, what they can do with that and with the Google applications. And they've already done this. They've already gone a whole year with this, and they went full implementation. So they have 70-inch Sony televisions in every classroom at their high school and at their middle school. Um, and they still have these smart technologies in the elementary school, which is kinder through fourth. Their middle school is fifth grade through eighth grade, and their high school is 9th through 12th. They're a very small school district, So the cost effectiveness is very different from Northfield, but it's the same idea as to why we're implementing it. And he had said, because one of the questions I asked, like, how are teachers liking it? And they just enjoy it. They love it. And I asked if there's any teachers that would want to go back using the smart technologies, and they said no, because with the Google applications, they can just do so much more that they weren't doing with the smart technology software. The downfall of the smart technology software is that you need to have it installed on your laptop if you wanted to work on it at home, versus the Google application where you can just work on it from anywhere and you could work on it from any device. So going back to my technology director, we are implementing this this year. This is our pilot year, and so we're trying to explore this option. We have some volunteer teachers at the high school. There's 6 of them who are trying this, who have mobile televisions. We have 55-inch Samsung televisions on wheels. I do have a picture. Here's the one that I have in my classroom. So some teachers had the option of getting it mounted on their wall or having it on wheels. I chose to have mine on wheels because I could have it anywhere in my classroom. I could see how middle school and high school would want it mounted somewhere. But as an elementary teacher, it's just very useful for me to have it in different locations. The only con is making sure there's an outlet. The middle school has 3 teachers who are piloting this, and the elementary buildings, there's 1 teacher per building. We have 3 elementary schools, so I am one of them. And we're in charge of collecting the data through notes, pictures, videos, discussions, and then at the end of the school year, we'll do a presentation to the board, and then just kind of tell them our findings. And if this is a positive, then they would like for us to do a staff development for next year to kind of get more teachers on board. But I can already tell you that I have teachers coming into my classroom just observing me teach a lesson, and they are just raving about how incredible having a mobile television to move it to different locations, and how nice it is to just reflect what you're teaching from your either iPad or your MacBook, compared to just having the smart board. The desired results, we're hoping that all the teachers who are doing this pilot project are, going to be able to come up with some good results, actually hopefully positive results. And then, like I said, we'll present to the board at the end of the year what we found, what we liked, what we didn't like, some positives and cons, some pros and cons. And then also we will help construct the annual technology survey for this portion. So that way, when we send that out at the end of the school year, the other teachers will have a chance. Hopefully we'll get more teachers on board with this. Our plan is by next year to double, maybe even triple the number of people are trying this implementation. And then Kim Brisky had said that hopefully within 5 years, we can transition 4th and 5th grade teachers to having flat screen TVs, and then the middle school and high school. So this is kind of a 5-year plan, depending on this first year, this pilot year. So so that's my presentation. And I just think it's just great. I really do think this is the way to go, and this is what we need to do, because we are one-on-one iPads, and this is just the best thing to do.